Picture a quiet morning that feels almost ordinary. The sun rises gently over rolling hills, the air is calm, and everything seems perfectly peaceful. Then, almost without warning, the atmosphere begins to change. Elegant cars glide toward a breathtaking venue surrounded by flowers, music, and timeless architecture. Cameras wait from a respectful distance. Fans gather with excitement. The world seems to pause for a single unforgettable celebration. But there is one important thing to remember. What you are about to experience is a fictional story inspired by imagination. It is not based on a real event. Instead, it is a celebration of music, friendship, creativity, and the idea of bringing together some of the most recognizable faces in entertainment for one extraordinary occasion. Imagine the invitations arriving quietly, each one designed with elegant simplicity. No extravagant announcements, no dramatic reveals. Just a beautiful message inviting friends, collaborators, and fellow artists to celebrate a day filled with joy. The first arrivals create an immediate sense of excitement. Familiar musicians step onto the grounds, greeting one another with warm smiles and genuine embraces. Some have shared stages together. Others have crossed paths at award ceremonies or charity events. Today, none of that matters. There are no competitions, no trophies, and no headlines waiting to be written. There is only the shared happiness of celebrating someone they admire. As more guests arrive, every pathway seems to tell another story. Actors exchange conversations with singers. Producers laugh alongside songwriters. Fashion designers admire every carefully chosen detail of the venue, while photographers quietly capture the atmosphere without interrupting the celebration. The setting itself feels almost magical. Fresh flowers stretch across every corner, creating a sea of soft colors that blend naturally with the surrounding landscape. Gentle music floats through the air, performed by talented musicians whose melodies feel both familiar and completely new. Every decoration appears thoughtfully placed, reflecting elegance rather than extravagance. The excitement continues to build. Guests who rarely appear together suddenly find themselves sharing conversations over refreshments beneath shaded gardens. Some discuss memorable performances from years gone by. Others reflect on creative journeys that shaped their careers. Laughter becomes one of the loudest sounds of the afternoon. Even those who have spent years in the spotlight seem relieved to enjoy a moment away from constant schedules and public appearances. For a little while, everyone is simply another guest attending a beautiful celebration. Taylor arrives with calm confidence, greeted by warm applause from close friends and family. Rather than dramatic fanfare, the moment feels deeply personal. The atmosphere is filled with smiles rather than spectacle. Her presence immediately reminds everyone why she has inspired millions around the world. Beyond the music, people admire her storytelling, dedication, and ability to connect emotionally through her art. In this imagined celebration, those qualities become the heart of the entire gathering. The ceremony begins with soft instrumental music echoing across the venue. No one rushes. Every guest seems determined to appreciate each moment. Conversations fade into silence as everyone turns their attention toward the ceremony. The setting becomes almost cinematic, with sunlight filtering gently through trees and creating golden reflections across the garden. The vows are not heard in detail because this fictional story chooses to leave them private. Instead, the focus remains on the emotions visible across every face. Happiness, gratitude, hope, sometimes the most meaningful moments are the ones left to the imagination. After the ceremony concludes, applause rises naturally across the gathering. Friends celebrate together while musicians embrace fellow artists who help shape unforgettable moments throughout their careers. The reception begins with elegance rather than excess. Tables are decorated with seasonal flowers and warm candlelight. Conversations flow effortlessly as guests reconnect after years apart. Every seat seems to bring together people whose creative journeys unexpectedly overlap. One table includes celebrated songwriters discussing the timeless power of storytelling. Another brings together award-winning actors reflecting on memorable performances that changed their lives. Nearby, producers exchange ideas about the future of entertainment while quietly admiring the atmosphere surrounding them. Instead of focusing on celebrity status, the evening celebrates creativity itself. Every guest represents countless hours of dedication, practice, and perseverance. Despite their different careers, they all understand the challenges of creating something meaningful. That shared understanding becomes the invisible thread connecting everyone in attendance. As dinner concludes, something unexpected happens. The lights soften. The conversations quiet. A piano appears beneath the evening sky. No announcement is necessary. One musician begins playing a gentle melody that gradually encourages others to join. Soon another instrument adds harmony. Then another voice quietly enters the performance. Before long, the entire gathering transforms into an unforgettable celebration of music. Nobody appears concerned about perfection. Nobody performs for awards. Nobody competes. Instead, every note feels like a gift shared among friends. The audience applauds not because they expect to, but because they cannot help themselves. It becomes one of those rare moments where everyone realizes they are witnessing something that exists only because the right people happen to gather at the right time. Just when it seems the evening has reached its emotional peak, another surprise quietly unfolds. More familiar faces begin arriving. Some had been delayed. Others wanted their entrance to remain completely unexpected. The atmosphere fills once again with fresh excitement as longtime collaborators reunite with old friends they have not seen in years. Conversations begin anew, each one revealing another layer of shared history and mutual respect. This is where the celebration becomes even more memorable. Imagine artists from different generations exchanging stories about inspiration. Imagine legendary performers encouraging rising stars with heartfelt advice. Imagine filmmakers discussing unforgettable scenes while musicians explain how certain melodies came to life. These conversations never become interviews. They remain genuine moments between creative people brought together by friendship and admiration. As the evening grows darker, thousands of tiny lights begin illuminating the gardens. The venue transforms into something that feels almost dreamlike. Soft reflections shimmer across nearby water. Music drifts gently through the night air. Guests wander peaceful pathways surrounded by flowers and glowing lanterns. Every corner offers another unforgettable image. Some guests dance freely beneath the stars. Others choose quiet conversations away from the music. Some simply pause to appreciate how rarely life allows people from so many different backgrounds to gather without expectations. The celebration becomes less about fame and more about connection. That simple idea gives the evening its greatest beauty. It reminds everyone that behind every famous name is a person who values friendship, encouragement, and meaningful relationships. As dessert is served, laughter grows even louder. Stories from tours, film sets, recording studios, and award ceremonies become shared memories around every table. Some stories are humorous, others are surprisingly emotional. Many remind everyone that success often comes after years of uncertainty, persistence, and belief. Those moments inspire even the guests themselves. Because every creative journey includes setbacks alongside victories. Every accomplishment begins with someone choosing not to give up. The music returns once more. This time, the dance floor fills almost instantly. No carefully rehearsed choreography, no elaborate performances, just people enjoying themselves. Friends cheer one another on. Families celebrate together. Smiles become contagious. Even those who rarely dance find themselves joining the joyful atmosphere. Hours seem to pass without anyone noticing. The evening feels suspended outside ordinary time. Eventually, Taylor takes a quiet moment to look across the celebration. She sees friends from different chapters of life, collaborators who helped shape unforgettable music, mentors who offered guidance, new artists carrying creativity into the future, family members who remain supportive through every success and challenge. In that silent reflection, the celebration becomes something much larger than a wedding. It becomes a tribute to gratitude, a reminder that no remarkable journey is ever completed alone. Every achievement carries the encouragement of countless people who believed along the way. As midnight approaches, guests slowly gather outdoors for one final surprise. Instead of extravagant displays, the night concludes with music. Everyone joins together in a gentle chorus celebrating friendship, hope, and new beginnings. Their voices blend into one unforgettable harmony beneath a sky filled with stars. No single performer stands above the others. Everyone contributes equally. That final song becomes the emotional heart of the evening, not because it is perfect, but because it is shared. Long after the final note fades, guests remain standing quietly, appreciating the rare feeling that comes from experiencing something meaningful together. Some moments are unforgettable not because they are loud. They become unforgettable because they remind us what truly matters. Connection, kindness, creativity, love. As the celebration gradually comes to an end, the elegant cars begin leaving one by one. The gardens grow quieter. The music fades softly into the distance. The lights continue glowing long after the last guests depart, almost as though the venue itself wishes to hold on to the memories for just a little longer. And perhaps that is the lasting image of this imagined celebration. Not the famous faces, not the glamorous arrivals, not the beautiful setting, but the reminder that life's greatest moments are often defined by the people who choose to celebrate them together. Even in fiction, that feeling resonates because it reflects something deeply human. Thank you for joining us on this imaginative journey through a dream celebration unlike any other. If you enjoyed this story and would love to see more creative entertainment inspired by the worlds of music, film, and popular culture, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear which imagined celebrity moment was your favorite and what dream event you'd like us to bring to life next.